join in and wait over there, Travolta.
Hey guys, toilet's right there. Help yourselves.
What the fuck?
It's Norm of the North.
I...
It is a pretty crappy movie.
You know, I know someone requested us to do this. No one fucking said Rob Schneider was the lead fucking character, though.
Yeah.
No one mentioned this. Not one person.
Yeah.
Like, I know a bunch of people reviewed this shit. That's why we're not doing a full-on review, because...
Yeah. Like, everyone said that we don't
fuck,
really
you know what? If you did review it, fucking kudos to you. Seriously. The fact that you were able to draw enough material out of this hunk of fuck in order to actually make a full-on review is truly baffling. Because there's nothing to work with on this piece of shit.
Yeah, no, not really. It's just basically... It's basically bargain bin sort of quality writing, animation, everything.
I don't get, by the way. We watched this, and I had said to you while we fucking watched this goddamn thing, I had fucking said to you while we were watching it, was this released in theaters? And you're like, no, this was like a legit thing. There was like posters and shit and trailers. This was a film legitimately released in theaters by fucking Lionsgate.
Yeah.
What the fuck? This thing looks like something you'd pick up at like the $5 bin at fucking Walmart.
Yep, and I would know. I pick up like Walmart movies all the time,
So do-
and a lot of the movies look better than this.
So do I. I mean, like, shit. I did, like, Dolphin, Story of a Dreamer, The fucking Reef. These were, like, $5 movies at the fucking Walmart. This piece of shit has the same animation quality. Basically, pretty much the same star power for that fucking matter. I mean,
Yeah, we got
like, the biggest name I know here is Bill Nighy. And Bill Nighy's, like, a huge dude.
Yeah.
He's in all the movies from fucking, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, This Is the End.
Yeah. No,
The World's End.
yeah, The World's End, yeah.
Fucking movies sound virtually the same.
Yeah, so big British actors.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. That was fucking Davy Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great actor.
Like that right there for a minute. You're like,
yeah.
oh shit.
He's just a big guy, and you know where he is? He's that bird. He's that bird.
He's
right
in that.
there.
He's the Danny DeVito bird because that bird bears an amazing resemblance to fucking
with
Danny
the
DeVito.
glasses and all that.
And like the hair and shit.
Yeah, and he's just in the movie for like 10 minutes at most.
He's in the opening act and then he's in the closer because they used him for basic setup. Like, Norm, your fuck up.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is, swear to God, it was really like Bill Nighy just talking to Rob Schneider and being like, "You're a fuck up. You did Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo 1 and 2. You're friends with Adam fucking Sandler.
Yeah.
How good is your life, really?"
Yeah. Let's just round it back to like, what is the story of Norm of the North?
You fucking tell me what the story of Norm of the North is. The fucking movie didn't know what the story was.
Well, here's the basic setup of it. We have Norm here. He's in the Arctic, and he's dancing for the tourists and all that, even though he doesn't really want to dance for the tourists, because the animals up there dance and, like, go for the tourists and all that. Just basically say...
do they...
I don't even know what they're...
Because this fucking movie makes no sense. The animals... Okay. If this was a movie that followed some more semblance of logic, the idea would be... Hold on. I'm trying to get these words out correctly.
Yeah.
Norm would be the outcast because he engages the humans. Everyone's like, don't fucking interact with the humans. Leave them the fuck alone. They're gonna fuck up our home.
Yes.
But for some reason, it's reversed where everybody else in this, like, kingdom, and yes, it's a fucking kingdom. They do this shit, like, straight out of fucking Lion King, actually.
Yeah.
Where they do this straight out of Lion King bullshit where it's like, everything the fucking light touches in the Arctic is ours. Jerk it off the Disney ripoff.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing that gets me is that, so the whole thing is, like, every other creature in this fucking, like, dominion is all like, we like the humans, we like dancing for them, we like praying around for them, and then they feed us fish. Which I swear to fucking God, if anyone who watches this is into, like, animal rights activism or, like, environmentalism or something, are you allowed to engage with, like, the wild animals in the fucking Arctic? I could have sworn most of them are under, like, protection because of, like...
Yeah, I believe so, because most of them are, like, in near extinction and all that sort of stuff. Like, you're not even supposed to, like, really be in the Arctic and all that. Like, you have, like, all those news crews and all that, and you have, like, the environmentalists basically saying, like, you shouldn't be touching the ice or anything. Like, just putting a footstep in the ice just basically ruins it for, like, thousands of years.
Like, it's like a crazy environment, so you need to be fucking careful. That's what I gathered out of this shit. So, for some reason, every fucking animal in this goddamn kingdom, including the fucking whales, these fucking mooses, elk, I don't know, caribou?
Yeah, caribou.
Caribou. Lemmings?
Yeah,
Lemmings that look like fucking gophers?
Yeah.
Okay. And the stupid fucking bears. For some reason, it's like every time humans show up, they like.
Oh my god, the humans are here! Yay! Let's all dance.
And on top of that too, they also have like electronic equipment, like headphones and radio things to like talk to each other,
Yeah,
even though they
cell
live in the
phones.
fucking wilderness.
Yeah, cell phones, iPhones, and all that sort of stuff. It's really technical, guys. All new age.
So for some reason, Norm is the outcast because Norm's like, humans shouldn't be coming up here. You know, they're gonna mess up our ecosystem. They're gonna mess up everything. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up, Norm.
Oh my god, he's totally out of line with that. He doesn't want us. Like, what is he thinking? He doesn't want humans to fuck up our environment?
Shouldn't it be the fucking reverse where, like, there's one guy who's like, yeah, no, we should engage them, and everyone else is like, you don't get it. Their engagement here can really mess up our ecosystem. But, like, it's flipped because I guess the writer's like, you know what would be, like, clever is if we took that idea and flipped it? Like, flipped the script?
Yeah, but it doesn't even work in this sort of scenario.
It makes even less sense because then you, like, the whole fucking... Oh, by the way, this has the balls to be a fucking environmentalist movie.
Which is already... bleh.
Yeah, because more so than not, environmental movies tend to suck. Mm-hmm. You know? And it's, again, you know, is there potential to tell a good environmental story? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonic Saturn was basically an environmental cartoon, and it was pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but...
Yeah, but there's already like a bunch of movies that just show us that it's not really a good idea. Like a big famous one is like Animals United and all that sort of stuff, which I reviewed.
Animals United, Fern Gully.
Yeah.
You know, shit, even Avatar was kind of...
Yeah, it was one.
Yeah, Avatar was basically like, you know, look at this beautiful environment.
Look at
White man's gonna fuck it up. Oh, what the fuck?
Look at the blue Smurfy cat people.
Yeah, feel bad because they're instantly, like, you know, cute and shit. So, the whole fucking thing starts off like, there's this jackass bear, no one likes to... He gotta understand, he's the fucking outcast right out of the gate. So after they do that bullshit, what's her name? Fucking Heather Graham's character.
Yeah, Vera...
Blightly.
Yeah,
no, Brightly. Brightly, because you're supposed to know that she's good, but she's doing bad things right now, but she's gonna flip it later on, and she's gonna learn her lesson.
Ooh, what a very good character arc that is.
Which, by the way, I love the setup for this character. So as like a little girl, she visits the fucking Arctic, she hears Norm talk. Yeah, Norm can talk to humans, by the way. No one explains this in any form of context whatsoever.
That's just his magical power, and it's with his grandpa as well, who goes missing. Which we were kind of calling it as like, oh yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
Well, like there's like the establishing scene where it's like, Grandpa, I love you. Man, that fucking bear is either dead or gonna go missing or something. We don't know which one it is. Something's gonna happen to that fucking bear though by the end of this first act. The bear, the grandpa was abducted by like a douchebag poacher. Like we'll get into that shit in a bit.
Yeah.
But like, so the little girl meets fucking Norm of the North. Afterwards, she like leaves her fucking not iPad, what do you call it?
Yeah.
iPod.
iPod.
Like, she leaves the iPod there, he listens to fucking music, he dances, blah, 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 that shit happens.
Yeah, he does the twerking and all that sort of stuff. He learns how to twerk.
Yeah, we do then like a jump to him as an adult. Everyone doesn't like him, which at first you think the story's going to be about him trying to prove himself to his dad. That goes abso-fucking-lutely nowhere. They drop that immediately as soon as like Heather Graham's character, Verona Brightly shows up. All of a sudden, she's there, and her mentality is, we're going to build homes in the Arctic, which I swear to God you fucking can't do legally because I think there's some... I swear to God, I might be thinking of someplace entirely different, but there's like drilling for oil and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can have housing up there, but I can't help also think it's environmentally protected because of like the indigenous animals there, like polar bears and like and all that shit.
Yeah, they can't do that, but just in this movie, it's like, you can build it here. You have to just get it through the Arctic squad or whatever those people are called.
So like... The whole fucking idea is these people are going to come and they're going to start building like a housing complex, which I don't know why, because what fucking like market is like that going to tap into?
Oh my god, I love frigid weather and
the movie actually explained that. Remember? The fucking bad guy, Mr. Green, later on says these houses are only made for the 1%.
What sort of rich asshole wants to like freeze
market
his ass
only to the 1%?
Yeah, freeze his ass in the Arctic rather than just being like Florida and all that sort of stuff with $1 million houses.
Yeah. So for some reason, like fucking Brightly's like, we're gonna build a housing here. So they bring in this like really shitty house, which by the way, we're not joking. They literally had a house pre-made. They just hook it to a crane, lift it up like a crane machine, and drop it in the motherfucking Arctic. Like, fuck physics, fuck gravity. They just pick it up. What the fuck?
Yeah, and it just looks completely awful. With the way it's built, like, wind would just basically cause, half the structure fall apart.
I don't know why, for some reason, like, for a house that was clearly meant to just be a model for people to come in and check out, it was fully furnished, but nothing was, like, hunkered down, even though they know full well they're moving this shit around.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you built it on fucking ice, and it's not like the ice is thick ice. Well, I mean... Get this. There's a scene where when they're filming the exterior of the house for like a commercial, the fucking lemmings swim underwater and cut through the ice like it's nothing, like it's really fucking thin, which implies that it's thin fucking ice, so it wouldn't support the fucking house.
But then in the next scene, they basically make a huge freaking chasm below everything.
Yeah, right. And all of a sudden it's like, oh no, it's like frozen all the way through. And it's like, bullshit, it's frozen all the way through. We just saw it like a minute earlier in the fucking scene that the fucking thing was thin enough to cause a camera to sink.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, they're like, shit, what do we do? Norm comes to America.
But before that, like, Norm is just all to his like friends and all that sort of stuff. Like, oh my god, the humans are here and all that.
That's great. Yeah, he goes to his dad, who's the king of the Arctic, I guess, who is voiced by Charlie Adler, and I gotta... Charlie, I know you're never going to see this video, but I'm going to bring this up. You are an amazing voice actor, okay? You played the red guy, you played Starscream, you're a very talented voice actor. I don't know how fucking much they paid you to do this, but brother, it couldn't have been that much, and you couldn't have needed the money that fucking badly. I mean, I respect you too much as a very talented voice actor to have starred in this piece of shit, and you were barely, even integral to the plot. No disrespect, but anyone could have done your fucking role.
Yeah, and basically all that really comes to it. Norm just comes in like, oh my god, the humans are here and they're building houses. That's going to destroy the environment.
Yeah, I love that. He goes to like his dad and like to all the animals, and it's like, yeah, the humans are here and they're building housing and they're looking like they're going to all move to the Arctic and screw up our environment. And everyone's just like, shut the fuck up, Norm. Like, yeah, the whole time. Like even his dad's like, Norm, why are you going to fucking embarrass me like this in front of all the animals? What the fuck, man?
When you can really just have the scene like, here we go, Dad, there they are.
It's so fucked up because it's not like Norm just said like, I saw a human, and it's like, you're full of shit. There are no humans up here. It's literally, it could be as easy as, there's a fucking house
just right over there,
right over there. Like,
and also
I can show you the fucking house.
I have a witness with me who saw it with me. The lemmings, the bird, the Danes of Edelbird, as I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, and that's great because in the opening act, just to really prove the generic quality of this crap, female polar bear, big doe eyes and shit. It was great when we watched it with Duke.
Yeah.
Duke's greatest comment goes, man, just slap a fucking bow on the top of her head and it's every goddamn fucking love interest that like Disney produces.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden we go to America because that's where the housing development place is.
Yeah, the Norm just has to save the Arctic with the Arctic and all that sort of crap.
Yeah, which is really him and three fucking lemmings. So they come to New York because it's the only city that's recognizable in virtually any animated film. What was that piece of shit one with the dinosaurs? We're Back, a dinosaur story?
Yeah, We're Back, a dinosaur
story.
Right?
Took place in fucking New York because, let's be honest, the only city anybody ever really fucking thinks about in any of this shit is fucking New York.
Yeah, it's any sort of like basic kids movie sort of thing, or you're gonna go to New York.
Yeah, you're gonna go to fucking New York. Because everyone knows, like, you show the fucking Statue of Liberty, oh shit,
we're in New York!
We're in fucking New York! Herp-a-derp! There you go. We move the fuck on. So all of a sudden, Norm's there. They're doing tryouts for polar bears for commercial. Was it Save the Arctic?
Yeah, with the Arctic sort of thing.
With the Arctic, which makes no sense because Save the Arctic. Don't build a fucking housing complex in the motherfucking Arctic. That's how you save it.
Yeah, because they're trying to make it eco-friendly houses.
You want to make it really eco-friendly? Don't build the fucking houses in the goddamn Arctic!
Yes, but as we all know, the villain, Mr. Green, with his big Junos, is evil.
Yeah, dude, holy shit, was he, like, stereotypically evil, too? Like,
yeah.
He, long nose, gangly body, purple and green, fucking ponytail.
Just a big evil douche.
Yeah, like, he was made so inherently generically evil. And honestly, I think they honestly did try to go for, like, the Jewish stereotype there. Because, like, I'm pretty sure, actually, Mr. Green... I think Green as a last name is actually a Hebrew last name.
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm thinking back to like Hey Arnold because there was I want to say he was a Jewish butcher in that series, and his name was Mr. Green.
Okay.
So I think it actually is a Jewish name, which actually makes it even more offensive now that I think about it, because
really.
if that was intentional, they made a greedy Jew as the main antagonist of this fucking movie, and it's even more twisted because he's played by Ken Jeong, who's I want to say Chinaman, but I might be wrong on his nationality.
Yeah.
He might be Vietnamese. Because he basically, like, anything he's in, he plays whatever Asian character or stereotype they need him to be.
Yeah.
So it's even more weird if Mr. Green was intentionally made to be a Jewish stereotype, but they hired an Asian actor to play him.
Yeah.
So that's, like, really fucking weird.
It really is.
And Mr. Green's whole character is, he's just evil. Like,
money!
Here's the thing. I don't mind greed being a motivation for a villain, okay? I love The Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie.
Yeah.
The whole motivation for Dr. Facilier is he's greedy because he grew up in poverty, so his desire is he wants wealth, he wants fame, he wants adulation, and that's why he was going to sell like everyone's soul to all of his friends on the other side.
Yeah.
With this one, there's not even really a motivation. It's just like, mwahaha, I am evil, done.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah, he's already got a shit ton of money with his whole company and all that.
Yeah,
he
and
just wants more of it.
Like, that's the thing, it's like, he even establishes in the movie, okay, because there's a scene, like, Norm shows up at the big fucking meet, they hire him because they think he's a guy in a suit. Mind you, no one once ever says, take off the fucking suit.
Yeah.
Like, even after the audition, it's just like, wow, that's a really good suit. We're gonna hold this joke for the entire fucking movie and no one's gonna be the wiser. Except for, like, the one little kid, because the doughy eyes...
Everybody has the little kid character who's smarter than all the adults.
Because she has the doughy eyes of a child, she can see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
So, which, that should be like a metaphor for the movie. It's like, yeah, every little kid who probably watched this, saw through the bullshit. So, they hire him, everything's like copacetic, except for Mr. Green's like, that fucking polar bear, it smells like a real polar bear, and it talks like that polar bear I stole.
But why did he steal it? Who the hell is he really? We never even learned that.
Well, I mean, the assumption, I guess, is he met Norm's grandpa, and Norm's grandpa's like, douche, leave my house alone. Fuck him! Yeah, fuck him. Taser, bring away, and that was it. Like, that was all that's, like, made of it, and nothing else was, like... I mean, it's not established, I'm just making this assumption, so I'm basically trying to fill in the blanks for this shitty story for them.
Yeah, really. And just in the context of the movie, it's just like, the grandpa's here all of a sudden.
Yeah, because he went missing, and I guess they didn't have the courage to just kill the fucking character off.
Yeah.
So, Norm is all of a sudden at a restaurant, and...
Like, talking with Vera and all that sort of
talking with Vera, and I think it's so amazing, like, they meet the sushi chef, right? And the sushi chef just looks at him and he's like, oh, I'm gonna bring you live fish. No one would, like, question this, by the way, whatsoever, that I would bring you, like, living, flopping blowfish, and just put it on it, and no one's gonna question it. So, he sits there, eats the fish. All of a sudden, Mr. Green comes in public, with a huge motherfucking trank gun,
and he's waving about it, all that.
And he's like screaming like a lunatic, and he's getting ready to shoot up the place.
He's a bear! He's a bear!
Yeah, that shit happens, and they defeat him. He gets scared by Norm. The sushi chef grabs a gun, shoots fucking Mr. Green in the ass, and Mr. Green goes down. Nothing comes of this. He doesn't go to fucking jail. No charges are pressed that a guy ran into a building with a fucking rifle and waving it around and screaming like a nutcase.
Yeah, it really is.
And then, like, the big sign-off for that was, like, one line of dialogue where he says, I'm so fucking rich.
I can get out of anything.
Yeah, like, I'm so rich, I'm above the law. And it's like, motherfucker, you do, like, housing development.
How rich are you?
I mean, like, it doesn't matter how rich. Like, if fucking Donald Trump ran into a fucking building with a rifle, started screaming at people and waving around like a fucking nutcase, he's not going to have no charges pressed against him whatsoever. Every person would be on his ass for a lawsuit to get some money out of it.
Yeah, really.
And this one movie's just like, fuck it! No charge!
Yeah, he's rich. He's gone out of it. And then that just pushes the whole Norm is going to get super popular to be the Arctic sort of Norm of the North.
Yeah,
sort of
yeah. So this turns him into like a fucking mascot for this company. And then all of a sudden, everybody instantly loves Norm. They actually have the balls to do fucking like montages like repeatedly, because here's the thing, a montage is great to show things developing over a series of time. It's like that song, let's do a montage. Now the detriment to that is when a good movie does it, it's fantastic. Like Rocky, Training,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. It works
because it goes over time. Because we don't really need to see everything going on. We just
Yeah.
need to know that
Like, you
it's
need-
like training.
yeah,
and things are happening.
Yeah, you need to understand. Like, here's where Rocky started. Look how better he's getting. He's moving faster. He's getting stronger. When it's a shitty movie, though, they use the fucking montage angle as a bullshit reason because they know they don't have fucking story. They know they don't have any character depth.
Yeah, just
and they
use it
have
as
it
a
in there.
buffer for everything.
Yeah.
Like movies like Frozen did this with their songs and all of that. So
Yeah, because you don't have enough character shit going around. So it's like, have music play for like 3 minutes, and it will just,
yeah.
it'll pass the time. Because this shit needs
Yeah.
to reach feature-length film.
Yeah, but while
Like-
Frozen is just an alright movie, even with the songs and all of that, Norm of the North is just trying to hide the bullshit because its story is barely there.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, they decide, oh shit, he becomes famous, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Green vaguely is working with some kind of secret organization about building housing in the Arctic that really goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you notice, I don't know if you caught this, dude.
Yeah.
When we first watched this and Mr. Green's meeting with, like, the council,
Yeah.
the council was 2 fucking people and him. And then they drop the
Yeah.
other guy, and it's just him and, like, the old Hillary Clinton-looking chick.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's just like, yeah, that's a real big council right there.
Right? And then all of a sudden, this is fantastic because the fucking lemmings break into Mr. Green's office and steal
Yeah, we haven't really
thumb drive.
discussed about the lemmings and all that.
They're just stupid. Like they're like the fucking minions, but worse.
Yeah, was my biggest fear about this movie. Like the lemmings right here were just gonna be like the minions sort of thing, like from Lorax and all that sort of stuff. Just because the minions are like super popular and all that, so they had to stick minion characters in there. But these guys are even worse.
You know
than
what?
the
At least the minions didn't like piss for like a minute.
into a freaking fishbowl.
You know what? Shit. Here's like the whole clip of them pissing because we sat through this.
Yeah, you gotta see this.
This happened. It's like some animator went to school, I assume. He graduated, I assume, and then animated this, I assume. And then he probably looked at it and wondered, oh fuck, what am I doing with my life?
And then they did it again, just a minute later.
And then there's the fucking fart scene.
Yep. And then the gay joke.
And then this shit came out in 2015. No, this was this year, wasn't it?
No, it was 2015 in August. No, it was this year at the beginning of January. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it was
it.
earlier this year. This shit came out in 2016, and they had to make a coming out joke? What the fuck? When was the last time you fucking saw a kids film that made a coming out joke?
I've never seen like any sort of kids movie.
Nothing mainstream, I think.
Yeah, no.
Like, I could get it if it's like South Park because it's adult humor. Who the fuck, that joke, who's the fuck is that there for? Like, what kid's gonna be sitting there and be like,
Oh yeah, gay joke. That's hilarious.
herp derp. This was, oh fuck.
Maybe they're trying to be inclusive and all that, even though that joke is really not.
Isn't it more insulting because it's like, ha ha ha, get it?
Yeah.
He's gay, ha ha ha.
Yeah, coming out of the closet.
He wears sparkly clothes with like a deep V-neck collar because that's what gay people wear, ha ha ha.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with you? So, for some reason, obviously Mr. Green uses any of the dialogue that Norm was going to say. He spliced it together. I love this. Norm's trying to give a speech live to the public.
Yeah, basically to save the Arctic and all that. But then Mr. Green just cuts
him and instantly somehow in less than a millisecond because it's literally Norm says, you know, I'm glad to be here, I want to talk about the Arctic. Live footage is cut and then instantly Mr. Green somehow spliced everything together to make it seem like buy fucking housing in the Arctic, and you're just sitting there and you're like, look, I know we have to like find a way to make this villain get under the hero's skin, but holy shit, does this not make any goddamn semblance of sense?
Yeah, but for one thing, he did it live, sort of thing. It's like,
well, that's the thing. Like he's at like the fucking ice rink in the middle of New York City, and Norm's trying to give a speech, and literally Norm starts speech gets cut, and then in there, Mr. Green plays fucking footage by splicing all the dialogue that Norm just fucking said. Holy shit! Did he travel to the fucking future to get the footage?
yeah, just do.
Maybe he's gonna travel to the future, look at the script, and realize I'm gonna fucking lose.
Yeah, but maybe some of the comments will just basically say we're thinking too much into this sort of thing, like it's a cartoon, like
No,
it's sort of
that's
stupid.
bullshit, though. That's a lazy person's mentality to be like,
Yeah.
well, it's an animated film for kids. Don't give me that shit. DreamWorks movies think better than this. Disney movies think better than this. Even fucking Blue Sky thought better than
Yeah,
this.
Because with their movies, it was just like very generic sort of movies. But with this, it's completely broken.
Nothing about this felt like it was a finished product. The animation didn't feel finished. The fucking story didn't feel finished. And then the story just tries desperately to wrap up so quickly.
Yes, because then we just have Norm going out. He saves his grandpa insultingly easy.
Yeah, which... They should have just had the fucking grandpa get killed. Like, he did nothing. He gave, like, nothing to the... Like, the grandpa was only there because, like, Norm comes back to the fucking, north.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, welcome back, Norm. You're now king.
Even when they didn't even mention, like, that was the... Like, when did we ever have any sort of mention of, like, he would be the Arctic King sort of thing? When did we ever have mentioned, like, that was the goal to have in mind?
It's like the fucking Lion King, where it's like, Simba had to come back to his home to save it from Scar, but, like, nothing bad was actually really happening in the Arctic directly, because, by all stents of logic, Mr. Green is so full of shit that no one in their right fucking mind would do business with this guy.
Except for Hillary Clinton lookalike.
Yeah, the weird evil Hillary Clinton looking woman who's like, let's do evil deeds. That'll get us through everything. And I think one of my favorite things, like, we have to get positive response from the public to construct in the Arctic. Wait, why are people angry? Because we're building in the Arctic.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So it sort of defeats the whole purpose of that.
Like, I really don't know fully, like, how to explain this fucking movie other than it's a train wreck from start to finish. The narrative makes no sense whatsoever. The acting... Look, Rob Schneider sucks no matter what he's fucking in, quite honestly. The only time I ever think he's been good in something, and we could debate this, of course, is he was in the Hotel Transylvania movies as Quasimodo.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, well, he's a little side character.
Yeah,
he's inconsequential.
Yeah, inconsequential. I didn't really even notice him when I saw Hotel Transylvania, the first one, yeah. So, yeah. I don't even...
Oh, at least I think he was... Shit, was he Quasimodo? Shit, you know what? Actually, I think Quasimodo might have been John Lovitz. Maybe Rob Schneider wasn't even in those fucking movies,
then
actually.
Rob Schneider, you get out of here and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I get... Shit, man. You know, it's been... This movie was just so fucking...
Yeah.
Clusterfucky. And then the really... you know, the chocolate frosting on the shit sundae of this was... So he spends the majority of the movie not associating with his female love interest. He had like 2 lines with her in the first act, nothing for the remainder of the movie, and then all of a sudden at the end of the movie, they fucked and they had 3 kids. As if to say, huh, that's going to lead into our franchise. That right there. This is going to be like the new Alpha and Omega.
Oh, God, don't even mention that. That already got 8 movies. Maybe this will get 12.
You know what?
At least Alpha and Omega was at least, like, competent with it. Like,
I'll give you this. You know what? The first Alpha and Omega, I don't really care for it, but it still had a much more solid kind of story.
Yeah, like
in
it knew what
comparison.
it wanted to be. It had an A, B, C sort of thing. Like, this was just all over the place. It wanted to be, like, 3 different stories in one.
It was like... It was kind of like Lion King, because it was like the whole, you know, everything the light touches is our kingdom, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, then it's a New York story, like maybe the Smurfs and all that stuff.
Yeah, then it's exactly like that shit where, like, they have to move it out of the fucking location it's at and move it to the big fucking city.
And the third is in, like, the last act sort of thing, like... I don't
Stop the big evil businessman. It was almost like... Did you ever see, like, Country Bear Jamboree?
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
You know how, like, that you've heard the story, like, a million times where it's like, oh, shit, we have to save the concert hall, so we have to, like, raise money. This is like the same thing, but it's like we have to save the Arctic by raising awareness. Which literally could be done with, I'm a talking fucking bear. Holy shit. Go to the Arctic. You now have to study these fucking animals to see if anything else could actually talk, because this is actually a scientific fucking discovery that's a big fucking deal. There were at least 2 bears who could motherfucking talk.
Yeah, and then they never use that for anything. They just say, like, it's a magical power, but don't tell anyone about it.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that they have the balls to be like, it's a magical power, or the fact that, like, he's a talking fucking bear, and everyone's under the impression that it's just some dude in a fucking costume.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just dumb.
I can't believe that this movie was released in theaters. That's the thing that confuses me the most. Like, I know there are, like, a ton of animated movies out in theaters, but it's like, first off, it's always the big companies.
Yeah.
DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, sometimes Blue Sky, Sony Pictures.
Yeah, and this was from a company called Splash Entertainment, which I had never heard of making a movie before. Like, they've done a bunch of TV shows and all that.
Yeah, they did, like, He-Man in 2002, the fucking Bratz.
Yeah,
was
those bunch of movies and But Ugly Martians.
Yeah, remember that piece of shit from Nickelodeon?
Yeah, just to see the range of their, like, TV animation. And now that we got this incomplete animation, like it's on the same level as their TV animation, I guess.
Yeah, but if you're doing a motherfucking movie, your fucking animation should look better, dude.
Yeah, like if you're making this out, like this is probably more better like animated than the whole movie and all.
Yeah, no, hand to God, this fucking poster looks far superior than what you actually get in the final product. Fucking city doesn't even look remotely like that actually once you hit the fucking movie. Hand to God.
Like there's actual color in this and all that. Like in the actual movie, everything's just more like non-textured and all that.
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
like
stuff.
washed out.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I don't know how this got a theatrical release. Let alone, I guess, it did better than fucking Gem, because it wasn't pulled in like 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to consider that a fucking victory.
Yeah, we beat Gem, guys. Good for you, Norm of the North. Do that peace sign.
Because he's hip. Oh my god, I just realized he's doing the DreamWorks douchebag eyebrow.
Oh yeah, you can just see that. They're going mean, yeah.
Yeah, because DreamWorks characters do that. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Shit, even the fucking Cubs doing that right there.
Oh, yeah. That's more the dumbass, like,
Yeah, because they had like no reason to exist.
yeah.
This was fucking horrible. And I saw fucking Angry Birds, and Angry Birds pissed me the fuck off, but holy shit.
Yeah.
But at least, you know what? At least Angry Birds didn't look like crap.
You know, these Angry Birds had a sort of a story to it. It was just
In the third act,
yeah, it was underdeveloped in all sorts of things. Like, there's underdevelopment and there's just no development.
I don't even think you mean that in the sense of like the story unfolding. Like, no one developed this project.
Yeah.
Like people.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, like people like shit this out over a weekend, threw it in the can, and said, "Put it in theaters,
Yeah.
see if it works."
We got the script of 3 different movies. We just slapped them together, and that's it. And you know what? My little daughter loved the Minions so much. Let's make a whole bunch of them, but little furry little guys. And you know what? She laughed at that little pea joke one time. Let's have them pee in a fish tank, then pee in a plant. That's hilarious.
Can't believe. I just don't understand how this saw a theatrical release. That's the part that confounds me the most. Is all the big name movie companies like Blue Sky and stuff. There's a sense of quality to them, even if I don't like those movies. There's some semblance of quality there.
Yes.
Like, I don't like the Ice Age movies, but they still looked and are written better than this.
Yeah.
And even things like Angry Birds. I didn't like Angry Birds in the least. I thought it was a piece of shit,
Yeah,
but
but
you know what?
that's
Still not as bad as
theatrical
this.
quality and all that. It's like big and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is just not.
And I know people are going to be like, you know, it's a budget thing. Well, if you're going to release this shit in theaters, amp up your fucking quality, goddammit.
Yeah.
It's common sense. You're like, would you release, like, unfinished property for anything else? If you went to, like, a fucking Subway, would you really want them to give you, like, this is kind of a sandwich?
Yeah, just put some, like, rat feces on that. Like, there you go.
Right? Fuck. By the 9, this was bad.
It really was. So I guess, what would your rating be for
I'm not going to give it a fucking rating. It's a hunk of shit. That's my rating.
Yeah.
It's a hunk of shit.
Hunk of shit out of 10.
Hunk of shit out of 10.
And then I would give it like a 1 out of 10. Like,
Is it because you can't go to 0? Is it because the scale's literally just 1
yeah,
to 10?
Yeah, it's just 1 to 10. I just worked on that sort of thing. Like, 1 is just like, it's incomplete. It's an incomplete movie because it doesn't have an A, B, C sort of thing. Like, the animation is just really low res for anything theatrical. And it's
I
just...
swear to God, actually, the fur texture looks better on this fucking poster than it does in the film.
It really does. Really does. Like, there's actual shadowing and all that sort of stuff on this.
What?
Like, you barely noticed it
Like,
in the movie.
why the fuck are the caribou even on the goddamn poster? They were like only in the first fucking act. So's the fucking whale!
Yeah.
These pieces of shit, like tiny polar bears, are only in like the fucking like last shot of the film.
Yeah, and that bird only lasted for 10 minutes. At least these guys made it throughout the entire movie, even though these were probably the most annoying parts of it.
I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Don't fucking watch this. Or, you know what? If you do, at least watch it somewhere online. Because this shit's gonna get posted online.
Yeah.
Like, do not go to the fucking store and spend your hard-earned goddamn money. Spend it on anything else. Spend it on food. Spend it on any other good movie. Fuck, buy yourself a dildo and stick that up your ass. You'd still have more fun than sitting through this hunk of shit.
Yeah. I'm 100% behind that.
Have a crazy dildo-infused weekend. Because honestly,
Yeah.
watching this movie, you're basically going to be taking it up the ass anyways.
Yeah.